Hello, hello. There we go. It would help if my microphone was plugged in, right, guys? Oh, jeez. I assume you guys can hear me now. Sorry about that. Okay. So, what I was saying when I was completely muted there was hello. Welcome back to the stream. Right now, I currently don't have any commissions that I can show on camera. I have private commissions for things like people's birthdays and things like that. So I'm asking you guys, what should I be drawing today? I've got a sketch card, blank sketch card in front of me. So I'm just leaving it up to you guys for what I should draw. Please let me know if you can actually hear me. I think you guys should be able to. I see the chat's a little bit delayed. So please, I will wait for your suggestions of what to draw. Did you guys notice that my glasses are crooked? They're really bent. Maybe it's my ears. Maybe my ears go like this. I don't know. Can you hear me loud and clear? Awesome. Go back to being muted, please. That's very kind of you. Draw Todd Knock as Peter Parker. It's not a bad suggestion, but let's keep it tradish. I've been drawing a lot of people as people recently, and I just want to draw some classics, you know. Half Parker face, half Spidey. That sounds great. Let's do that, okay? So we're doing half Peter Parker, half Spider-Man. I've never drawn one of these before. Oh, Streets of Rage. Oh, well, maybe later on this week I'll do some Streets of Rage characters because I do love Streets of Rage. I'm still waiting for my... I did order Streets of Rage 4 from Limited Run Games, and my copy is yet to arrive, but I know that the US Postal Service is a bit sort of slow. Let me try and move this camera down a bit so you guys can get a bit closer to what I'm actually drawing. It might help a bit you guys to see what I'm doing a bit better with my really budget camera setup I have going on here. Got my light. Oh yeah, this is a professional live stream, people. Okay, right, we're really close now, so I gotta make sure I constantly stay on camera. This looks to be my zone. Oh snap, you got the special edition one? No, I didn't. I just got the regular version. I ordered the moment they said it was in print months ago because I'm a massive Streets of Rage fan. And I wanted to make sure I got a copy before scalpers, you know, completely raised the price. As that tends to happen. So doing this head here. Put a center line. Line for his eyes, line for the nose, line for the mouth, line for the hairline. Line down the middle, as this is going to be a split image. And we're going to do Parker on the left and Spidey on the right. Move my light a bit because I can't really see what I'm doing. Who we're drawing today? We are drawing Spider-Man / Peter Parker, you know, split down the middle, as suggested in the stream. So I don't currently have many commissions I can show on camera, so I have a feeling that a lot of my commissions are going to be in sort of this vein, or my streams, should I say, are going to be in this type of vein. Just put some placement for the eyes, just so we can see where they go. Okay, make sure I pay attention to the chat. Did you see they just announced today that... yeah, I did see the announcement of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 being remastered. And yeah, if they can stick to the feel of the initial gameplay and not deter too much from that or try and add things, then it'll be brilliant, because those games are perfection. So I would love. I was just talking about it with my brother earlier. I would love to play some of that. I just hope that they are sort of, on par with the originals, basically. So because the couple recent Tony Hawks haven't been as good, and that's just my opinion. And they did actually like remaster Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 3 like 5 years ago, but you weren't allowed to play 2-player on it, which was like ridiculous. Anyway, so you recently bought Super Rage soundtrack on vinyl. Should be in about 2 weeks shipping from the UK. That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to have that on vinyl. I haven't been able to set up my record player. I've got some records in my office, but I haven't been able to fully set it up yet. Let me make sure I'm on camera. Actually, I'm gonna keep moving this rig so I can move the art a bit closer to myself. I need to be here. That's fine. Now I always draw Peter Parker with pretty thick eyebrows. I like him having big black eyebrows. Nose there. The lid above the top of the eye. I'm not too happy with this eyebrow I've drawn, so I'm going to erase it and try again. Let's look at the chat. The trailer they showed for it looked just like the original game, and Jack Black's YouTube channel just dropped a video where he got exclusive access to the end. Oh, that sounds cool. Jack Black's YouTube channel is very funny. Jablinski Gayams. Yeah, I love the original Tony Hawks. I was a big fan of Underground as well. I don't know if you guys remember that game where you sort of start as a aspiring skateboarder, and as you play through the game, you like break into the business, and then there's other like famous skateboarders like Bam Margera and stuff like that involved in the game. I really enjoyed that series. So after we did the Tom Holland Spider-Man on here, I've been liking using sort of the Tom Holland sort of hair for my Spidey. But I just add a few extra spikes in because I do like my Peter having his hair be slightly spiky. Actually, I'm going to make it a bit thinner on the side. Thank you everybody for joining the stream yesterday. That was a lot of fun with Todd Knock. Let's see. They had the vinyls for the first and third one too. That's awesome. Underground was good. Oh, that's what you should do next. Draw Jack Black or from his character Brutal. Yeah, that'd be fun. I think my favourites were Thug 2 and American Wasteland. That's kind of when I sort of started growing up a bit. And is this in focus? when I sort of I really need to get a better camera than this. I spent so much money on this camera thinking it'd be good, and it's not the best, is it? Yeah, that's when I started growing out of those games, when like a Wasteland and stuff was coming out. So I'm a big fan of the way Ryan Otley draws Spider-Man eyes, and it's funny because before he started drawing the Amazing Spider-Man, a couple years before that, I was got my first gig ever drawing Spider-Man was Spider-Man and Deadpool, and I actually used a reference of his sketches of Spider-Man, as I was like, that's the way I want to draw Spider-Man. So it was pretty interesting that the guy ended up drawing Amazing Spider-Man, who I was like, this is one of the best Spider-Man artists ever. So I was really happy that he did. Currently, I just realized I'm drawing Peter Parker without a shirt on, so that's no good. I think I'm going to put him in his animated series Polo, because that to me says Peter Parker. Just fixing this color here to get it the way I like. I'm trying to spend a bit more time on the pencil stage to make sure everything is where I want it to be, because mistakes can be made during this time to be corrected later on. Shut down. Let me reopen the chat here. My favourite spider lenses are the Otley and Romita Jr. with Bagley's Ultimate Design as a close second. Yep, those are really good. I also like the little highlight that Todd Knock does on the lenses, and a lot of artists do as well. Really sort of just brings it together for me, and nicely. So I need to just get a reference for, let's see, Peter Parker, Spider-Man animated series. I always forget exactly how a shirt. So it's got a white collar. The shirts I'm looking at reference here. It's got a white collar and a green top, and then I'm gonna put, even though it's not this high up, I'm just gonna put it in here to show that we are definitely drawing this version of old Petey Boy, even though his hair is different. I like Peter with spikes. Check back up. Todd introduced me to your channel. I love your art voice, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, Todd is he's an amazing artist and just a generally good dude. It was very kind of him to come on the show. I'm trying to do more artists coming on the show. I've had, if you go in the back catalogue, I've had Declan Shalvey on. Shalvey, I should say, sorry. I always say his name wrong, even though I say, how should I say it? And then I just continue to say it wrong because I'm an idiot. But I'm thinking of contacting a few other artists that I'm friendly with to come on, because it's just having a lot of fun, you know. Just having a lot of fun, you know. So I like to start with the neck and sort of branch up there with the webs. Okay. So there is the basic look, and now we're going to move tinks. Now I've been using a lot of a zebra brush recently. I do really enjoy using the zebra brushes. Let me hold it up here so people can get a better view. They're Japanese sort of brush pens with a nice sort of thin tip. But I want to see about getting, because I can't exactly get super thin lines from that, so I'm going to use a Unipin 0.05 to try and get some of the smaller details so that the whole piece isn't muddy with thick inks. So stick around to the end, guys, because I will be giving away another free issue of Spider-Ham. I'll be giving away, what do I have today? Issue number 3. Not sure if you and Alex ever talked about this, but what were your thoughts on Spider-Man Ultimate Series and also the suit from the show? I don't really have too much recollection of it. Let me move this up a bit because I feel like it can't focus where it is. Jeez, my whole rig is falling off the table now. Pro stuff here, everybody. Pro stuff. Yeah, I know. I don't have too many memory. I kind of vaguely remember watching it back in the day, but not too many memories of it. So I can't really give my opinion, as I think the last time I saw it was when it was airing on TV. Any tips for a leisure comic book artist? I do all cartoons I used to watch as a kid on occasion. Well, it's just depends on what you want to do. I mean, if you want to get good, you've got to knuckle down and read those anatomy books. And one of my biggest if you're just sort of leisurely, I highly recommend reading How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way by John Buscema. Fantastic sort of book where it just breaks down ways to draw that are very easy to understand. Yeah, I highly recommend that book, actually. It's very good. Now let's thicken up his eyebrow. As I said, I like thick. Tom McFarlane, black eyebrow, ridiculously big for face eyebrows. That has that cartoony factor that I really love. But just draw, you know, this is terrible advice, but it's some of the best advice you get. It's just draw. Drawing is fun, drawing's great. But you know what makes drawing more fun is just, for me, it's getting better at drawing. And seeing your art progress. That, to me, really butters my biscuit. Okay, I'm actually quite enjoying using different pens right now. I'm getting nice, sort of thinner lines, which is fun. Okay, now I've got loads of different sizes of the here, so I can go like, up and down. I've heard love and hate for it, but I really enjoyed it growing up. I actually have that book by Stanley John Shemet. Amazing book. So, I mean, my top, if I had to say what my top sort of my top book recommendations for drawing are Figure Drawing Design and Invention by Michael Hampton. That book changed my whole perspective on, made me really start to understand better how to actually draw some anatomy. What I like about that book is that it breaks all the muscle groups down into colors. So visually, for me, it just worked a lot better because I could actually see, sort of help my brain visualize what it was trying to learn a lot better than if I was just, looking at a regular anatomy book. So there's that book. There's the Drawing the Head and Hands by Andrew Loomis. Sorry, I have it on my bookshelf. That book is, if you want to be able to draw heads, especially if you like Todd Knock. I didn't ask him yesterday, but it's kind of like Comic Book 101, the How to Draw the Head and Hands by Andrew Loomis. That book is perfect for drawing heads by starting with a circle and building from the circle. So I definitely recommend that one. Make sure I'm inking on the camera here. So I'm experimenting today with these new brushes. Well, they're not new, but me sort of reusing these brushes. I'm just starting with thinner lines first, and then when I redo the inks at the end, I'm going to go over them and thicken up where I see fit. I've been experimenting on the computer as well, where I found some of my line weights are better to do, or better to visualize, I should say, when there's some color behind them as well. Okay, chat shut again. I randomly found that book cleaning out my childhood room and ended up keeping it. Nice, good. What other books are great? Let's see here. I'm just gonna look at my bookshelf. Really. Oh yeah, basically any trade paperbacks you can get of your favorite artists. That's always good because it's good to sort of study the basics from the anatomy books, and then see how your favorite artists apply those basics to their work. And try and get like just the rough stuff of your favorite artists, like sketches and things. Like see what's going on underneath that hood, because you might find some secrets of how they sort of create shapes and people and stuff becomes very useful. So I'm doing some rendering in his hair because it's not fully black. It's brown, and I still wanted a bit of highlighting on it, so I just sort of used some rendering to get that across. There's plenty of great books out there. Framed Ink is a good book for understanding visual storytelling. And if you want to draw anatomy like Jim Lee, then, well, first of all, good luck. But some good books on that are anything by a guy named George Bridgman, because he loves George Bridgman anatomy. Real, like, creating blocky shapes to start. as I said at the start, my favorite figure drawing, design, and invention. Okay, Bone Hogarth, Dynamic Anatomy. That's a great book. That's I believe that's the book that Todd McFarlane used to sort of learn anatomy back in the 80s, early 80s, when he was studying art. And you can understand why, because you can kind of see how he formed his Spider-Man from that style of anatomy. Most of all, iteration Spidey say the bite corrected Peter's eyesight. How do you feel about a version where he still wears glasses and his mask lenses are prescription? I think that's a really cool idea, but I do like the idea that, you know, being bitten by the spider, you know, he turned into a superhero, so, you know, he got definitely great eyesight from it and other things. But that is a fun sort of idea. I do like that. So one thing I love about Spider-Man is just how his best costume really is just his original costume. Like, it's just, it was perfection right out of the gate, and I really respect that. Like, to be able to create something that has that much sort of weight and legacy, that people 40 or 50 years later are still drawing it exactly the same, like, that's really cool. So I will say, if you want any art from me, my commission lists are currently open during this quarantine time. So I'm not chatty. I feel like I'm focusing too much on the art and not chatting enough on this one. But yes, my commission list is open, and you can email me at robsonrequest@gmail.com. That's robsonrequest@gmail.com. And prices range from as low as £30, which is something like this, all the way up to the big bucks to get some special stuff. Now, I usually wouldn't put a line down the middle where his mouth is, but I'm doing it now, obviously, for this art piece. back to the chat here. Sorry, for some reason I'm really focused on this one. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm using new tools. Hello there. I feel like not enough heroes wear glasses, so cosplay-wise, that's not what I go with. My Spidey still wears glasses. I can respect that. I'm trying to think of heroes that wear glasses. I know a lot of villains do, like Dr. Octopus and stuff like that, but yeah, heroes, that's Beast, he wears glasses. Who else wears glasses? I feel like Reed Richards should be wearing glasses. And Iron Man, Tony Stark. Is there any DC people that wear glasses? Superman, but not really, right? Are you a freelance artist? Technically, yes. I am a freelance artist, but I mostly work for Marvel Comics. Will you be streaming tomorrow? Yes, I will be streaming tomorrow. I stream every weekday at this time. The super cliche. Yeah, I could see how doing Clark Kent would get tiring. Well, you might be onto something. There might be a gap in the market for a superhero who wears glasses. I think She-Hulk, she wears glasses. Okay, so we got our pencils done here, so I'm just gonna erase. Oh, I just bent the whole freaking sketch paper. That's okay though. This is doesn't ruin it. Just gotta be careful when erasing this stuff. Just gotta put it under a bunch of books to flatten it back out. You see there's a little dent there? Where is it? Right here. Get out of here, Mr. Dent. Harvey Dent. Commissioner Gordon, have you... Oh yeah, Commissioner Gordon, that's going. Have you ever drawn Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe? Matt Murdock wears glasses? Yes, he does. No, I've never drawn Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. But I'd love to. So maybe I'll do that as on one of these streams. Alright, so we got our pencils gone there, and we've got just the spider left with the big dent through it now, which is fun. But hopefully these colours will cover it up. I feel like an idiot that I've run the paper. But that's okay. Keep calm and carry on, right? Alright, so I'm going to start with an E11 Copic marker. And I'm trying to think of what colours I want to do here. I think I might have him backlit. Because that's quite a dramatic lighting choice. So I'm starting with my dark E11 first. Putting a little bit of cast shadow under the hair. start with that, which is just our dark colours. Let's see here. Hey Piercy, how's it going? Let's see. Also, almost no Italian American superheroes that don't kill, like the Punisher. Peter and Cap are both Irish American. I have a question. Was Future Foundation originally going to be a mini-series? Future Foundation was originally going to be an ongoing series. It was planned out to be, you know, quite the book that we were going to do. I think they had been planning. Jeremy and the editors have been planning the book for quite a long time. I think about a year or two before I hopped on as an artist. But the sales just, they didn't live up to expectations, so the people upstairs, you know, they canned it, which happens. But no, it was never intended for a miniseries. It was intended to be an ongoing. But sadly, it just didn't make the cut. But I enjoyed my time in the book. It was a very difficult book to draw because there was a lot of characters. It was the first team book I've done. Well, it's not the first team book I've done, but it's the first team book I ever did to that level of difficulty with that many members. But I had great fun redesigning all the characters. Hey, Jonathan Rector's in the chat. What's up, Johnny Rector? Everyone go check out Jonathan Rector's YouTube channel, Art by Jar on YouTube. I think that's the name of it. And he will definitely be a guest on this show coming up at some point. Amazing artist. Good guy. And sexy beast. Spider looking great, man. Thanks, man. John Rector's in the chat. Yeah, John Rector's in the house. You did art for the original Future Foundation. Not the original Future Foundation. I did it for the, I believe it was last year when the new book came out. So the most recent Future Foundation, I was the main artist on, and then I left on issue 3, and I started drawing Spider-Ham. Which is my favorite Marvel book that I've drawn to date. Had a lot of fun on the old Spit Ham. But no, I haven't even been alive enough to work on original Marvel stuff like Future Foundation and stuff like that. I heard it was a miniseries because of the LGBTQ plus content. No, it was supposed to be an ongoing. It just didn't hit the sales that we intended it to hit. But like I said, I had a lot of fun creating those characters. But no, I was you know, if it kept going, I would have drawn 20 or 30 issues. It would have been on that for a very long time. Okay, we got the skin down. Let's get his hair going. And also when I did what's it called? What am I trying to say here? Great Lakes Avengers, sorry. When I did Great Lakes Avengers, that was also supposed to be an ongoing series, but it just didn't hit the sales that Marvel wanted, so that too was another one that bites the dust. there is a book I'm currently, well, I'm not currently drawing it, but before Marvel shut its doors due to the virus, I was in the process of drawing a new 5-issue miniseries of an old Marvel property, but I can't talk about that because I believe that when we open the doors again, we'll be starting right back up on that book. Let's see here. Does John Rector do live streams? He most certainly does. Sometimes you'll find me in them as well. He's a good dude. A good dude. Let's see here. Where do I want to go to now? He's got the white. He's got a white collar. Just trying to remember so I don't ruin it. So with white, I like to use the BG000. I like these. They're not too bright, and then he's got that really sort of green shirt, doesn't he? Minty green. Let me get some minty greens out. Minty green. I'm going to get out the colors that make up minty green. Okay, green 2. Let's start that. Oh wait, I just coloured under his collar, but that's okay. I nearly coloured his whole collar, which is supposed to be white, but I think I can get away with under his collar. So if you guys like Spider-Man the Animated Series as much as I do a podcast on it called Spider-Man the Animated Series Podcast. And we have a lot of fun going through episodes, interviewing voice actors and writers from the show. And also other comic book artists who liked the show as kids as much as I did. G34. I think this is a dead pen. Go. Let's see. What books do you do, Jonathan Rector? He does loads of indie stuff and a lot of his own content and video game stuff as well. Let's see. Do you know who Omar Spahi is? No, I do not. Sorry. You said yesterday that you would want to redesign Nightwing. I'm curious what you would change. That's a good question. I do like him being mostly black. And I like the blue with Nightwing better than I like Nightwing with red. That's it's very important to me. So I would definitely incorporate the blue and the red. I would like something that gives a little ode to Disney, Disco Nightwing. So I do love me my Disco Nightwing. But yeah, I don't know. That's something I'd have to really sit down, look at and I also would want something that says, you know, hey, I used to be Dick Grayson, I used to be Robin. Something that hints towards his past, and also something that hints towards just Batman as well. Just, I'm a part of this. This is the family that I'm a part of. So I kind of chuck all of those into a blender and see what came out. And you know what? I'd probably bring back the sort of longer, almost mullety hair that he had for a while in the 90s. I like my Nightwing to almost have a... what's his name from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh, why can't I think of his name right now? Casey Jones. I like my Nightwing to have that Casey Jones feeling. I think it really suits that character. Colors. Do. Actually watched season 2 last night. Season 2 of what? I think I was missing the conversation there. Thank you, totally agreed. I'd stick with the blue as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the blue. I think that really says Nightwing to me. I'd love to see that on a stream or something. Yeah, that could be a fun stream. I'd probably do that on the iPad. But no, that does sound like a fun idea. Yeah, just Nightwing's so cool. The reason I like Nightwing so much is because when I was a kid, my older brother Alex, who's the biggest Batman fan that I know, even when we were kids, he was a huge Batman fan. And when we played Batman, I could never be Batman. He had to play as Batman. So sometimes I'd play as a villain, but then, you know, he'd say be Robin, and I don't know. As a kid, I never wanted to be Robin, and I know a lot of these characters are created so that kids can see themselves as those characters, but even as a kid I never bought into that. I was like, no, I never picture myself as a character. I just want to be the coolest character I can be, or at least that's the way that my brain worked at that time, and still does today when it comes to creating characters. So when I found out there was a Nightwing, I remember I walked to a comic shop and I saw it, Nightwing #1. I was like, yep, them's my boys, that's who I want to be. I just think he's really cool. I just think that he's really cool. But yeah, I would like to definitely have a crack at redesigning him. In other news, I will say that tonight me and my wife are doing a test run on making New York style pizza in the UK. We bought all the right ingredients. We watched some videos because I grew up in New Jersey and went to New York quite a lot. And I miss that Zal, baby. I miss that Zal, baby. I'm just darkening his hair because I thought the colour was too bright. Sort of desaturating it a little bit. And then I don't know what I should do for the background. I'm going to put in the inks of his eyes now so I can see what they look like. Oh, hang on. No, I forgot to do first the colour. So recently, another stuff I've been practicing drawing and loads of other stuff, but I've been also trying to move my art more towards seeing what it would look like if I drew in a more serious art style. So I've been toying with some samples of what it would look like if I wasn't drawing lots of comedy and I was drawing more serious stuff, and I've been really digging the results. So I will definitely be sharing that on my social media soon. There you go. Boom, that eye's in there now. Now Spider-Man, he lives. He lives in this space. So I need to bring back in some shadow that's been lost. So I find sometimes these Copics, they You lose a bit of their colour unless you drop a lot of it down. There we go. It's giving me more of what I want. Give me more of what I want. I'm trying to make it sort of dramatic so that he definitely be lit. What should I do for the background? So I need to, yeah, I'll do the background first, and then I'll go back in with some inks to tighten some stuff up. Let's see here. What if the background is the 90s cartoon Spidey sense? I dig that. I dig that. How do I know where to put shadow? Just, you know what? Half the time I don't, because I still consider myself a student, even though I'm a working professional. I always gotta humble yourself and say student, but it's all about learning the planes of the face, and that's how you can get shadow. Use reference and study. Let's see. I'll just go back and check here. I want to write an indie comic, but I don't have anyone who wants to work with me. There's plenty of websites and forums to find people that want to work with you. I think Batman's Beyond costumes would have been a perfect Nightwing costume, especially blue instead of the red. Yeah, I'm all for that. I think that's great. Batman but decided to take a psychic that's bright green yellow. Decoy maybe. Yeah, Robin is definitely a decoy. Have you read Strange Adventures by Tom King? No, but I definitely will, because Tom King is awesome. What do you think of the Christopher Nolan trilogy of Batman? I love it. Well, I really like the first one, and the second one is great. Not a fan of the third one, but I don't know. It's hard because I think they're great movies. I don't know if they're great Batman movies though, but they're excellent just movies in general. But not what I want from Batman. I like, I actually prefer the '89 Batman. That's my favorite one, but that's nostalgia talking. You should check out Ordinary Adventures or Always Believe on YouTube and try to make some Disneyland treats drinks. I'll take a look at it. Well, the background. How do you know where to put the shadow? Looks great, Bud. Love the rugby shirt. Thanks, Bud. That's my brother in the chat. Thanks for inspiring me 4 years ago to keep drawing. I'm in university studying again art. Well, man, keep it up, man. Just keep going. It takes a long time, but you can do it. All right, let me look up Spidey animated series Spider Sense so I can get some reference. Okay, so it sort of goes neonish, right? I don't know if I should split it up, if they should all be the same background, or I'm not sure. Oh, actually, I might just do some webs as the background and keep it really simple. Like some blue webbing in the background. I think I'm going to go with that, guys. I wish, because I should have been thinking about the background when I started. If I had done that, then I definitely would have done Spidey Sense, but I was not thinking about background. So what I'm using is just a BG01, and I just put some basic web lines down now. And instead of doing what's on this costume, I'm going to break it up and make the webbing random to give it a bit more interesting sort of lines to look at. And make it feel like a real spider web. So when I see this type of shot like this, I just picture like Peter's like at the bank or something, or he's out and about in public, and he sees sort of one of his villains, and he's got to go do Spidey stuff. So, Spidey's on the brain, basically. He's like, I was just about to meet Mary Jane, and we were going to go for coffee and talk about a relationship. It's been really rocky recently. And she's finally given me an opportunity to speak my mind. But, oh no, over there is Dr. Octopus, and I got to go stop him. That's the way I picture it. And then I'm just going to do a blue line around Spidey as well, so that we can use the whiteout brush to make him pop. And at the end I will go over with some more inks to make other details pop that I want to pop. Pop, pop, pop. I really love this blue colour, this BG. There we go. Get the chat back up so I'm not just talking to myself like a madman. Did you hear that Tony Hawk Pro Skater is being remade? I did, yeah, we talked about that earlier on the chat. Awesome idea for a background. Yeah, it was an awesome idea, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I failed you. I should have done that, but oh well. It's too late now. So I'm gonna get my Sigma gel pen out. Because if I did that background, I'd want to make Spidey's eyes green like they are on the show. And go buck wild with it. So if my brother is still in the chat, or still watching this, I'm giving him the reins to ask you all a question. And that will be the question for who wins issue 3 digital version of Spider-Ham comic. So basically we're going to play a game. If my brother is still in the chat, he will ask a question. Whoever answers it first with correct spelling will win a digital copy, the digital download copy of this comic that I have drawn. Let's get some more of that blue back in there. Have you ever drawn a half and half Maguire and half Holland Garfield? No, I haven't. No, I've only drawn one Spider-Man from the movies, and that was Tom Holland. I did that on a previous stream, and I had a lot of fun doing that. But I don't draw the. You know what? This is the first half and half I've done in years. I don't do too many halves and halves, but they are very fun to do, so I should start considering doing them more. That's for sure. So now I'm just going back into this. With a thicker pen to just sort of beef up the lines that I think need beefing up. blacks just makes it like having black, because when you use the Copic markers, the Copics tend to bring down how dark the inks are. So going back in afterwards really makes it pop. Okie dokie. Let's get that pupil. Again, and then let's get that sigma on his eyes. Some of the colours bled into it to really make sure his eyes are white. And there we go. We got a half Spidey. Get in the centre. Half Peter Parker. Now let me see. My brother still stay in the chat? No, he hasn't. How embarrassing. So I will ask a question. Let's see here. Think of a question. Okay, there are 3 colours that make up Spider-Man's rugby shirt from Spider-Man the Animated Series. What are those 3 colours? Let me know and you will win a free digital copy of Spider-Ham issue 3. Thanks, man. Someone just said came out great. I appreciate that. I will try and get I'll take a picture like I usually do. I've got to work on getting a better camera for there, guys, because the quality on my laptop shows much better. Purple, white, green, that is correct. Ding, 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 ding. J. Nater Coleman, you are the winner. So you are the winner of the digital download version of Spider-Ham issue 3, drawn by me and written by Zeb Wells. So, thank you very much for joining, guys. Sorry I wasn't so chatty today. I don't know, I just got really focused on trying out new pens. And you know what? I like the results. The lines look thinner and it feels more like my digital stuff. So I'm quite happy with that. So... again, if you want to follow me anywhere on social media, it's at RobsonINK. If you'd like to get a commission, please email me at robsonrequest@gmail.com. And J. Nader Coleman, you also please email me at robsonrequest@gmail.com and I will send you the digital download code. Okay, guys, I'll be back again tomorrow drawing something that you guys suggest. Thanks very much and see you guys later. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. How do I go back? End the stream.